Capricorn, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at your energy for January 2024. Whoop, whoop. New year, good vibes. Happy birthday to everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous celebratory season. It's such a beautiful tie-in with the holidays, etc. It gives us that extra reason to celebrate. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling strong and vibrant. The end of last year kind of left us with some stuff to wrap up, to kind of put closure to, ending certain cycles and phases in our life that really don't align with who we are and what our path is moving forward. So with that in mind, I'm just going to do a little energy clearing. Feel free to grab a smudge bundle if you have one on hand. Obviously, you can receive this energy as well from my end or skip ahead, whatever your vibe is. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that blocks, any obstacles from our highest and best messages, the things that we need to know in order to better move forward in a way that honors our heart, our mind, our soul. Amen. So yeah, okay, so the beginning of this year, Mercury is going direct January 2nd, which is really nice to get that out of the way. And then at the end of the month, Uranus goes direct on the 27th. I like this because we have a little bit of reprieve of retrograde planets over the next couple months. It gives us a lot of opportunity to kind of move and push the energy forward. We're also seeing that with Mars and its placements. It's pretty harmoniously aspected to planets throughout this month. Again, just kind of confirming that forward movement. Manifestation, yes, is about dreaming things into being, but it's also about, making it happen, right? Claiming that energy, so to speak. So we also have our new moon in Capricorn, whoop whoop, January 11th. It's a really great time to set your intentions. What are you working on? What do you want to see manifest in your life, in your daily environment? And I kind of hear this is like a very practical setting of intention, meaning we write down our goals, what we would like to achieve over this year, things that we would like to call in, etc. And then from that space, we're going to be slowly chipping away and seeing those things come in. 2024 is a year of regrounding. Things have been messy, right? Messy over this last year, even over the past couple years. There's been a lot of reworking in the collective energy. And so, I don't know, sometimes it makes it hard to be hopeful about what is to come. What I love about your energy, Capricorn, is you do a really good job at making things happen. You're a really strong sign. You have a lot of tenacity when it comes to overcoming obstacles or blocks that might be in your way. So I'm hearing for you, especially this month, it's about tapping into that energy. Anytime the sun is in our house, it is our first house, it's a blessing. Or in our sign, I should say, it's a blessing. Like, it allows who we are to really be shown and represented in this very beautiful and authentic way. So I'm hearing for you, it's about standing in that power, not letting the nitty gritty, the kind of the BS that we're still picking up the pieces from over this past year throw you off course. There is this call lately to be more confident in what we sense and what we feel, i.e. tapping into that intuitive energy and not being afraid of the messages that come through. we might not like everything that we sense, that we pick up, that we feel. Obviously, we have to be really mindful about lies, illusion, deceit with Neptune in Pisces. But, you know, when we're taking care of ourselves, when we're kind of being very authentic about how we're approaching our path, we really don't have to worry about those things. And the beauty is, at the end of this month, January 25th, we have our full moon in Leo. And Leo gives us an opportunity to show off what we've been doing, what we've been working hard on, and like also kind of the fruits of our labor. Even I'm hearing with you specifically, Capricorn, especially with the people that thought you couldn't do it, who have been kind of pushing you down along the way or trying to detour you from your path. It's just something that I feel like you're not really buying into as much anymore. I feel like you are tapping into this inner call, this inner knowing within yourself about what your next steps are. And now it's just overcoming the environmental obstacles, i.e., people who are standing in your way, people who don't believe, the lack of belief you have within yourself about what you deserve, as well as just opening up to the opportunity that's coming your way, right? So sometimes when we get so stuck in those energies of I can't, or I won't do this, or they're right, or whatever it may be, it's easy to buy into that illusion that something's not going to come in for you. And when we do that, we end up limiting the flow or restricting, right? So things don't come in as quickly. They take a longer time to manifest. We have to rehash, relearn lessons if we're not being careful and mindful of those things. So with that in mind, let's get going. Cosmic Oracle. Okay, so health has been coming up for a couple different zodiac signs, really kind of making sure that you're taking care of your health and your well-being. Easier said than done at times, right? But here's the thing, especially in my perspective, the way I approach holistic healing, our health is the number one thing that gives us a strong foundation in order to make things happen, manifest, achieve our goals, etc. And when we doubt that within ourselves, or we're not taking care of ourselves, it makes it really hard to continue to stay in alignment. There's been so many examples of this, especially over the past month or so, i.e. December 2023, where, getting sucked into someone else's projected energy is actually not good for us, not healthy for us. We're letting too many things burden and overwhelm us and take us down, Capricorn. So definitely make sure that you are paying a lot of attention to the way that you show up for yourself on that health and wellness front. I feel like there's some things that you definitely need to detach from. So these are people, places, and things in your environment that aren't really honoring you, or I don't know, I'm actually hearing it as like you're feeling overwhelmed with these energies, and to the point that it actually is affecting your health and your well-being. I think that Scorpio or Sagittarius got this message as well. So you could have some heavy Sagittarian placements, or this could just be that need, like I said, to really kind of look within yourself and say, is that proverbial, is the juice worth the squeeze? We have to do that even with relationships that we care about, people that we feel really connected with. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this could be, you could have a fire sign like kind of draining your energy, or maybe this is something that's really heavy on your mind. Fire and earth are opposites in a lot of ways. In terms of fire, both of these energies are really strong, right? Have a lot of capability, endurance, the ability to push through. The difference is fire energy pushes just to make it happen, where earth energy is a little bit more methodical about the way that they move forward. So if you have someone pushing you in a direction that doesn't feel right or doesn't feel comfortable, definitely check in with that. We don't want to give too much energy to things that we're not sold on. Meaning, if it doesn't feel right for you, if you're not vibing with it, then listen to that. There's a reason why Spirit is showing you that. And if anything, it is an act of protection. I love the guardian angel for you, Capricorn, because it really talks about how even when we're uncertain, even when we don't see a clear path, direction forward, we still have assistance. Whether that's support around us, whether that is an earth angel, someone who represents that energy in our daily lives, or this is assistance, support from our archangels, crossed over loved ones, spirit team, etc. So just remember, not all hope is lost. I know it can not feel that way, right? Like when we're going through the process. But what I'm hearing with you is there's a need to have this trust, to have this faith in the path that you're walking. That's been a pretty current theme in the collective. My most important relationship is with my source. So when it comes to the way that you're approaching career, business, how you're kind of managing those achievements in your life, you got to make sure, again, that message that you're in alignment with who you are and what you want and what you're trying to gain from this experience. It's not about, oh, this seems like I see a puzzle being built, right? That's what I'm seeing for you. And it's not about like trying to find the piece that fits. This is more about, because I don't know, maybe that's not a good analogy. It's like, I feel like you keep trying to put pieces into play that maybe make sense on paper, but in reality, they don't fit. I hope that wasn't too confusing. All right, so we have 7 of Wands, fire energy, cinnamon in the Herbcraft Tarot deck. This is a lot about the work and the due diligence that you have to put in. I feel, again, this is that value of making sure that you're making choices that feel best for you and what your brand is, what your business is. You know, even if you're working for someone else, like you don't want to put yourself in a situation that you know down the line you're not going to want to be in. So making sure that you're protecting your energy in a way, but still remaining open for potential opportunity coming in. There are some things that you have limited yourself on. 8 of Swords is a lot about self-sabotage, our own restriction and limitation. It's fears. It's basically letting the fears get the best of us, and then we can't really make a good decision or a clear decision on how to move forward. So I feel like there's some confusion in your work business life. 4 of Pentacles is talking about how you're trying to self-protect because of those things. And then we have 7 of Cups, which is you kind of exploring your options and other opportunities. And here's the thing, we have 2 sevens. So this is a reassessment, like I was talking about. I think you need to go back to the drawing board is what I'm hearing. Really figuring out what you're trying to achieve, what is your brand, what are you trying to invite in. And then you're going to have more of a clear understanding of what actually fits for you, what these opportunities are that are going to better honor your vision, especially when it comes to your business and your career. My relationship will change when my vibration changes. This has been a very powerful message popping out for us as well. And in regards to your finances, it's easier said than done, right? But Spirit is really asking you to raise your vibration on this level. Like attracts like. That is the foundation for everything. So what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Is there fear, lack mentality, etc. around what you're trying to build and grow? Spirit's asking you to be a little bit more practical, or analytical is a better word, in how you're making your decisions. You might be doing things very emotionally based, or sometimes something seems like it's going to be the perfect fit for whatever we're doing, and then we just find out it really wasn't what it was, right? So, and I do feel that energy coming from you a lot this month. It's like you're rewriting the past is what I'm hearing. Maybe 2023 was a lot about, investing in things that didn't really pay out in the way that you had hoped or wanted. And so now Spirit's asking you, okay, take those learning lessons. The King of Swords is very wise. He's very smart. He knows how to take what has happened in the past and use that as wisdom in his choices for the future. It also surrounds your home and your family. So we're coming off of obviously the New Year's holidays, etc. It's normal to spend too much money. I think that happens pretty much to all of us, especially when we have kids, when we have a lot of relatives, etc. I feel like for you, more attention needs to be paid to your home environment. This has been kind of a current theme through all the zodiacs, especially as it relates to our finances. So paying yourself first, making sure you and your family are supported before you try to reinvest in yourself. The Queen of Swords popped up. So maybe if you're in partnership, if you share financial responsibility with someone, there needs to be some conversations on how you're spending money, maybe making a budget plan, etc. Giving you guys a little bit more of a savings account, some buffer room, etc. I think financial analysts, or they say like you should have 3 to 6 months worth of finances saved, right? So whatever your bills are, you want to times that by 3 to 6 months and have that in your savings account just in case anything does happen. I think that this is actually going to help rewrite the way some of your finances have been going. Maybe you're feeling a little bit not as abundant, not as successful as you would like to see. Maybe you took a little bit of a hit in 2023. So this is about finding ways to be smarter with the energy, working with what you have, and cutting back on, the expendable expenses, right? The Starbucks, the eating out, whatever, buying some stupid gadget off Temu or Amazon, whatever, wherever they sell those things. Whatever that is for you, it's just trying to cut back. Obviously, give yourself some fun money. We don't want to be so restrictive on ourselves because then we end up going the other way. But Spirit's saying make a game plan, especially if you are sharing finances with someone, make a game plan. It's going to help you guys feel way more abundant. Remember that everything is always working out for me. So even if we're not seeing the results that we want to, especially around home, family, our finances, etc., we have to know that, number one, I'm hearing things play out as they ought to, as they're supposed to for everyone involved. Everyone's learning, growing, moving through the karma. So we have to give a little bit of grace and understanding for that. Even if a situation is happening this month that really doesn't make you feel great with your family, with your home environment, just know that there are better things on the other side of that. It puts you in this place of being a little bit more on the defensive, not trusting, not feeling like you can delegate, is what I'm hearing. You have a tendency, Capricorn, to take on the world. And I think it's amazing because you're so strong. But at the same time, we want to make sure that that really doesn't wear us out and that we're kind of blocking off friendships, relationships, people, our community that can really support us through whatever we're going through. Maybe you're looking for support, but it's not coming through in the right spaces. And that's kind of leaving you in this place of feeling down and out. It is saying that you do have this in your community. You just kind of have to look for it. And finding ways to be more diplomatic about it, right? Like, I feel like this is about taking the higher road, especially as it comes to family members. We have a lot of earth energy, which is yours. You could be dealing with another earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy as well. This is basically saying that whatever you're dealing with, I think that you're going to find more support in your friendships, in your community, versus a partner, your family, etc. this month. Someone's taking a long time to learn something, and it might be frustrating for you. It might be you, you might not be seeing all the things clearly. No shade, right? That's why we take time to cultivate a little bit of distance between whatever is happening and focus on our health and well-being. That is going to reground us, and it's going to give us more stability as we kind of navigate some of the difficult things. And remember, you do have a lot of people around you, or at least a few, even if it is 1, 2, 3 persons that want to be here for you, so take them up on that. Don't put all the stress and the burden on your family, on your partner. Sometimes they're just not in the right space to do so. And it feels like whether this is your partner, whether this is a parent or a sibling or a child, etc., they're just not getting it. They're not going to be able to give you what you need right now. So really understanding that is going to give a lot of freedom and grace within the dynamic. Attempting to control others attracts more to be controlled. That beautifully ties in with this last message. So when we're trying to control every nook and cranny of things, it just obviously mirrors that energy back to us. And when it comes to the people around us in our environment, everyone is different. We have different beliefs, different perspectives, different understandings, etc. The best way to overcome this is through communication. Not trying to dictate how people should be, but really communicating what you want and what you need. And I feel like when this plays out in our health and well-being, we're not being gracious and kind to ourselves. I feel like you need to team up with someone or some people that can really help support you on your wellness journey. This year is more about building, or this month, I should say. It's not about being perfect. So lessen some of the expectations you have on yourself, lessen some of the expectations on those around you. Try to be a little bit more easy and gentle with your energy, right? Like, we don't have to bulldoze ahead. And if anything, I feel like January is not really the time to do that. Yes, the sun is in your house. It's beautiful. It's a time to celebrate. Indulge in those energies more, the happiness, the fulfillment that you find in your daily life, versus trying to force yourself into this idea of perfection. It's going to help you feel way more grounded, way more balanced, not so all over the place. And then as a result of that, I feel like really positive things flow in. This is also like a step up in your wellness. If you do it in the right way, you're going to be successful. It might not be tomorrow, but by the end of the month, you're going to be like, wow, I feel good. I knew I could do this. I have more energy. I have more sustenance in order to give back into my life. Inspired action is always pleasurable action. So I'm hearing that in your community, you need to change it up a little bit, like more inspiration, maybe branching out, connecting with some new people. That has definitely been a theme in all the zodiac readings. Opening up like who we know, who we associate with, etc. It's a time to really switch that up, especially because Capricorn, it looks like whatever you've been coming from, you've had a rough end of the year. It's been really heartbreaking, very defeating. We have Three of Swords and the Devil back to back. And that energy is someone who took advantage, manipulated, hustled you, and in this way that makes you feel so stupid, so ashamed, maybe even really embarrassed, especially if this was out for other people to see. Be gentle with yourself. It just reconfirms that message. Really take care of your mind, body, and soul. It might not feel great at the beginning of the month, but as I was saying before, by the end of the month, you have a little bit more fire under your belt. There's more momentum moving forward. You feel strong, you feel good, you feel re-empowered, and what's ever happening now or whatever you're coming from, it becomes this fading memory. Yeah, because it's forcing you to step into your power in a more empowered way with the Magician. There are so many right ways for us to behave. Just remember that. That's, it's not always the easiest, especially if we have expectations or we see someone presenting themselves in a certain way that doesn't end up being true, etc. I feel like there's a lot of change happening for you with this Fool energy coming out. I feel like it was something or some things that weren't 100% expected. I feel like it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. Spirit is using this as an opportunity to teach you a lesson, and try not to stay too stuck in the grief, right? Feel your feelings, acknowledge, validate yourself where you need to, but it's also time to let it go. What I'm hearing is you probably had some red flags popping up along the way that maybe you didn't acknowledge, maybe you turned a blind eye to. And I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying that to go back and think about those things and revalidate yourself, validate your intuition. I saw this coming even if I landed in the same spot. This is about you regrounding into your energy, bringing back the sweetness in your life, in your environment, and not being afraid to do so. That is where you're going to see change, progress, movement forward. It's not exactly how you thought it was going to be. I think you did go through something that was a little bit jarring. I hear that for sure. And I'm so sorry, because those things are never fun. It is never fun to get blindsided. At the same time, you're incredibly strong and capable. This was meant to be. It was a karmic lesson. You see it, you know it, and you're ready to move forward. It's just making sure that you're not letting the past limit you in your process forward, but then you're also giving yourself grace for the places that it was difficult, that you did have to kind of overcome, and maybe even the places you weren't your best self. We all do that. It's normal. It's human nature. So give yourself all that love. I am sending that love your way. I hope that you found messages that resonated with you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear how it plays out in your own world. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, always the support to the channel. It blesses my heart. Sending all the love and good vibes your way this January. I'll talk to you soon.